Hello, students. I hope you all are doing fine in your homes and taking all the necessary precautions in these times of crisis. We hope to meet soon after this lockdown ends, but until then, we will continue with this online lecture series, and I hope you all are taking down your notes and jotting down your questions so that we can discuss them when we meet in college. Okay, so we had started the chapter The Enemy by S.Buck in our last discussion, and I had talked about the atmosphere to this story, the setting of the story. The story is set during the Second World War, and we had talked about the protagonist and how the protagonist, who is Dr. Sadao Hoki, was doing an important research in the medical field, a research which would render wounds entirely clean. So his research was very important when we see the times in which he was living. More important was the doctor also, because there was an old general in Japan who was suffering from something which would need an operation at any time. So his condition was that which would require the eminent Dr. Sadao at any time, and so Sadao Hoki was more coveted because of the requirement of this old general. So for all these specific reasons, Dr. Sadao was not sent to any outside country. He was being kept in Japan, and he was a very famous doctor, and he was well known and known by one and all. Also, in the last lecture, we had talked about the father, Sadao's father, and the discussion which the writer has described in the very beginning of the chapter itself. The conversation between the father and the son about the islands on the Japanese coast and how these islands are the stepping stones to the future of Japan. This conversation is very important. It is very prominent from the point of view of this chapter, because of the father's words, who says that our future, anybody's future, is what we make it. Okay, so the future of Japan is what the people of Japan make it, and so all these teachings of the father will play an important role in Dr. Sadao's life, and especially in this story when he will have to make an important decision of his life, and where he has to either save an American prisoner of war from dying, or he has to just hand him over to the police and prove himself as a true patriot of Japan. Okay, so all these things are what we had discussed in the last class. Now we will move on to where we had stopped in the last class. We had stopped on page number 25. Today we will begin from the second paragraph. The second paragraph reads as follows. Clouds were rising from the ocean now. The unexpected warmth of the past few days had at night drawn heavy fog from the cold waves. Sadao watched mists hide outlines of a little island near the shore, and then come creeping up the beach below the house. Reading around the pines, in a few minutes fog would be wrapped about the house too. Then he would go into the room where Hana, his wife, would be waiting for him with the two children. So this is the discussion. This is the present situation where the story has moved to. Till now we were discussing about the future. About the past. Till now we were talking about the past and about the doctor's childhood. Now we have moved on to the present, and Dr. Sadao is standing somewhere in an area like that of a balcony, where he is seeing the waves and the mist. It is the cold season, and there is mist. The mist is hiding the islands which can be seen far away from the coast, and he also sees the waters, which are the tides which are coming and going back. So this is the scenery around his house where he is living. And Sadao Hoki is also thinking that in a few minutes he would go back into his house and his wife would be waiting for him. His wife's name is Hana, and they also have 2 children. Okay, so this is what the doctor is thinking about his family, and at that moment, suddenly he realizes that his wife has come over. So we read, but at this moment, the door opened and she looked out, a dark blue woolen houri over her kimono. So, who is looking out? Out of the door, Hana is looking out of the door. Hana, who is doctor's wife. So she was wearing a kimono, and over that she was wearing a hauri. Hauri is a loose outer garment worn over the kimono, and kimono is a traditional Japanese robe-like garment. They wear it, the Japanese people. It is a robe-like garment. It is a traditional garment which wraps around the body and is now, these days, it is generally worn only on very formal occasions. Okay, so they were wearing their traditional dress, especially Hana. And she came to him affectionately and put her arm through his and stood, smiled and said nothing. He had met Hana in America, but he had waited to fall in love with her until he was sure she was Japanese. His father would never have received her unless she had been pure in her race. He wondered often whom he would have married if he had not met Hana, and by what luck he had found her in the most casual way, by chance literally, at an American professor's house. So the writer is telling us that the doctor had met his wife, had met his present wife, that is Hana, in America. When he was studying in America, he had met with his wife, who was also a student over there, and both were studying together under the same professor. And this doctor, who was a very traditional person from within, Dr. Sadao Hoki, he respected his traditions, his country, his culture. So when he saw her, he was already liking her, but he did not try to proceed with it unless and until he found out that she was Japanese. And then when he came back with his wife, when he came back at his home, he told his father about her, and then when his father fixed their marriage, then only they were married. His father would never have received her unless she had been प्योर इन हर रेस. सो हम क्या देख रहे हैं, जैसे कि अभी यहाँ हमारे इंडियन कल्चर में भी है दैट पीपल आर लुकिंग फॉर दोज इन मैरिज जो उन्हीं के कास्ट के हैं या जो उन्हीं के एरिया के हैं. फॉर इंस्टेंस सो लोग ऐसे जो मैच करते हैं शादी में, शादी के पहले दे मैच थिंग्स लाइक एक जैसी चीज़ें होने चाहिए. सो दिस इज व्हाट ऑल्सो डॉक्टर सदाओ's father wanted. And so Sadao did not take any decision. And so what is written that they both met, Dr. Sadao and his wife, they had met literally by chance at an American professor's house. Okay, thereafter we see that there is a discussion of the house. Sadao had often told Hana how nearly he had not gone to Professor Harley's house that night. The night when they had met, Dr. Sadao was not willing to go to his professor's house. Why? Because the rooms were so small, the food so bad, the professor's wife so voluble. But he had gone there and he had found Hana, a new student, and he had felt he would love her if it was possible. So what is it that we see? We see that they had met at their Professor Hartley's house in America, and we are being told that he did not like these Americans much, okay, because he did not like the professor's wife, he did not like their house, which was very small, which was very cramped, and they also did not like the food, especially the doctor when he was a young student in America. Okay, and there by chance when he had met his for present wife, that is Hana, he did not proceed to really express his love for her, and he thought that it would be possible only if she was Japanese. So we see this racial distancing. हम देख रहे हैं कि वो even though he is liking her, वो नहीं चाह रहे हैं कुछ प्रोसीड करना. क्यों? बिकॉज उनकी जो वो जो लड़की है, अगर वो जापानीज नहीं हुई तो उनकी फैमिली क्या है, दे विल नॉट अलाउ देयर मैरिज. ओके, सो वी प्रोसीड अगेन इन द प्रेजेंट. सो वी सी हाउ द राइटर हैज रिटन द स्टोरी. वो कभी हमें पास्ट में लेके जाती हैं, हमें डॉक्टर सदाओ के यूथ के बारे में पहले बचपन के बारे में बताया, अब यूथ के बारे में बताया. ओके, एंड नाउ अगेन वी आर back to the present on page number 26, second paragraph. Now he felt her hand on his arm and was aware of the pleasure it gave him, even though they had been married years enough to have the 2 children. For they had not married heedlessly in America. They had finished their work at school and had come home to Japan, and when his father had seen her, the marriage had been arranged in the old Japanese way, although Sadao and Hana had talked everything beforehand. They were perfectly happy. She laid her cheek against his arm. So I've already told you about this, that they were married after their father had approved of their marriage, and they were perfectly a happy couple. Okay, and even after years of marriage they had that fondness and that affection जो एक husband और wife के बीच होता है. Okay, so this is the situation, the present situation. They both are standing and looking over at the sea, at the waves, and at this moment, it was at this moment that both of them saw something black come out of the mists. तो वो जो सामने धुंधला सा है समुंदर के ऊपर पूरा जो मिस्ट है, उसमें से वो क्या देखते हैं, कोई कुछ ब्लैक टाइप का कोई फिगर चलकर आ रहा है. समथिंग इज कमिंग फ्रॉम देयर. ओके, एंड इट वॉज अ मैन. वो समझ जाते हैं वो कोई इंसान है जो चलकर आ रहा है. ही वॉज फ्लंग अप आउट ऑफ द ओशन. फ्लंग, सो वो जो वहां पे जो हवा है, समुंदर की जो हवा है, उसके प्रेशर से और कुछ उस इंसान के फिजिकल मे बी वीकनेसेस की वजह से, वो जो है हवा की वजह से वो और वेव्स की वजह से वो कंटिन्यूसली पुश किया जा रहा है, एंड ही इज मूविंग फॉरवर्ड. ओके, he staggered a few steps, his body outlined against the mist, his arms above his head. और वो क्या कर रहा है, उसकी बॉडी क्लियरली दिखाई नहीं दे रही है इन दोनों को, डॉक्टर सदाओ और हाना को, बट दे कैन सी दैट ही हैज कवर्ड हिज हेड विथ हिज hand, so as to protect himself from the waves, from the tides, from the rocks. Okay, so then the curl mist hid him again. तो वो उसको देखते हैं कि कुछ ऐसा आ रहा है, और फिर थोड़ी देर बाद इतना कोहरा फिर से आ जाता है सामने कि वो उसको देख नहीं पाते हैं. ओके, then who is that? Hana cried. She dropped Sadao's arm and they both leaned over the railing of the veranda. तो जो डॉक्टर की वाइफ है हाना, वो क्या बोलती है कि हु इज दैट, वो कौन है चल कर आ रहा है. ओके, एंड देन वो दोनों लीन कर कर देखने लग जाते हैं और गौर से कि ये कौन है जो आ रहा है. दे आर अनेबल टू रिकग्नाइज हिम. ओके, नाउ दे सॉ हिम अगेन. द मैन वॉज ऑन हिज हैंड्स एंड नीज क्रॉलिंग. तो देख रहे हैं क्या वो कि उसकी हालत और खराब हो गई है. पहले वो लड़खड़ा कर चल रहा था, एंड नाउ ही इज ऑन हिज knees, और वो क्रॉल कर रहा है like any quadruped animal, like any 4-footed animal. Okay, then they saw him fall on his face and lie there. तो वो पहले कैसे आ रहा होता है, वो पहले लड़खड़ा कर चल रहा होता है, उसके बाद वो गिर कर क्रॉल कर रहा होता है, and then they finally see कि वो अपने मुंह के बल गिर जाता है और वहीं पड़ा रहता है. Okay, a fisherman perhaps, Sadao said, washed from his boat. तो सदाओ आंसर देते हुए क्या बोलते हैं अपनी वाइफ को कि मे बी कोई फिशरमैन होगा, कोई मछुआरा होगा. ओके, जो अपनी बोट में गया होगा, एंड वो उसकी बोट मे बी डिस्टर्ब हो गई होगी और वो इस तरह वॉश होकर आ रहा होगा. ओके, एंड ही मस्ट हैव मेट विथ सम स्टॉर्म और समथिंग. सो ये सोचते हैं कि वो क्या है, एक फिशरमैन है. ही रैन क्विकली डाउन द स्टेप्स एंड बिहाइंड हिम हाना केम, हर वाइट स्लीव्स फ्लाइंग. तो वो दौड़ के जाते हैं देखने के लिए कि वो कौन है, और हाना भी उनके पीछे पीछे भाग कर आती है. A mile or two away on either side there were fishing villages, but here was only the bare lonely coast, dangerous with rocks. The surf beyond the beach was spiked with rocks. Somehow the man had managed to come through them. He must be badly torn. तो क्या डिस्क्रिप्शन है? उस जापानीज कोस्ट का डिस्क्रिप्शन है जहाँ पे वो डॉक्टर सदाओ रहते हैं. वो कैसा है? वो वहाँ पे दूर दूर तक क्या है? फिशिंग विलेजेस हैं जहाँ पे सिर्फ मछुआरे रहते हैं. बट यहाँ जहाँ पे वो रहते हैं स्पेसिफिकली वहाँ पे ज़्यादा आबादी नहीं है और वहाँ पे सिर्फ बड़े बड़े चट्टान हैं, डेंजरस रॉक्स हैं और बड़े और समुंदर के की बड़ी बड़ी लहरें आती हैं, वेव्स आते हैं. और सो इस एरिया में वो सोचते हैं कि अगर वो इंसान जो भी है जो बहुत वुंडेड सा दिख रहा था, अगर वो आया है तो वो बहुत मेहनत से आया होगा और उसकी हालत बहुत ही खराब होगी. ही मस्ट बी बैडली टॉर्न. ओके, सो ये दोनों उसको देखते हैं. They saw when they came toward him that indeed it was so. The sand on one side of him had already a stain of red soaking through. तो जब वो दौड़ दौड़ के भाग कर उसके एकदम पास आ जाते हैं तो वो क्या देखते हैं कि वो इंसान पड़ा हुआ है, वो आदमी, और उसके बगल में साइड में उसके आसपास जो मिट्टी है, जो सैंड है, समुंदर की जो सैंड है, वो रेत किस कलर की हो गई है? वो बिल्कुल रेड कलर की हो गई है. इट हैज बीन सोक्ड विथ रेड. तो इसका क्या मतलब है? ये क्या सिग्नल दे रहा है? दैट वो इंसान जो है उसको चोट लगी है और वो उसका खून है जो पूरे मिट्टी में सोख गया है. सो दिस इज द स्टोरी जहाँ पे आज हम स्टॉप करेंगे. अभी तक हमने डॉक्टर और उनकी वाइफ से हम मिले एंड वी सॉ कि वो उन दोनों के बीच में फॉन्डनेस कितनी है इवन आफ्टर इयर्स ऑफ देयर मैरिज. और इसी दौरान वो देखते हैं कि कोई उनके घर के आसपास जो कोस्ट है वहाँ पे कोई इंसान आया है एंड ही इज़ बैडली वुंडेड. और जब वो पास में जाते हैं तो देखते हैं कि उसको काफ़ी चोट लगी है. So this is page number 27, second paragraph जहाँ पे हमने stop किया है. From the next class, in the next video, hopefully we will continue with this from this point onwards. Okay, so आप लोग I hope chapter पढ़ रहे होंगे. If not, then please start reading the chapter and we will surely, hopefully continue in the next lecture. Okay then, thank you. See you.